here on Unsportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance. You could be a part of Unsportsmanlike Nation on the Dr. Pepper call online at 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. ESPN Nation, presented by Dr. Pepper. It's not college football season without the delicious taste of an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. College football, it's a pepper thing. And we want your answer as to the biggest hot mess in the NFL right now at 888-SAY-ESPN. It could be team, player, coach, executive, whatever you want to bring up in terms of hot mess rankings. I give you my top 5 teams. Again, I want to give you context behind this. This doesn't necessarily mean the worst team. The New Orleans Saints are not particularly good, but no one would say they're a hot mess. They are what they are. So they have not been on this list. So here we go. Number 5.
Number 5.
I think sneaky, the Arizona Cardinals are an absolute hot mess for this reason. Let me give you a couple reasons. 1, their record's not good. They've been losing games left and right. 2, they have the whole Jonathan Gannon situation, their head coach with the running back, and then the fine. But here's the biggest reason. Their backup quarterback's better than their starting quarterback for their team. And that is, maybe this is a preemptive strike on a hot mess, but their backup quarterback, and Jacoby Brissett, even though they've lost, is more to me of a calming influence on the offense relative to style of play, mistake-free football, etc., than Kyler Murray is. And we talk about Tua's contract all the time, as we should. Does anyone want to look at Kyler Murray's contract and the team productivity with him as the starting quarterback in Arizona? Arizona's on my list, guys, because I believe their backup is better for their team than the starter.
That's interesting because I'm a little surprised to hear them on the list. Yes, they've lost 5 in a row, but they've been very close games. If you look at the scores, they've been in those games. So, yes, losing is never great, and the Jonathan Gannon situation certainly was not. Getting fined for pushing a player is never a positive thing. But I'm a little surprised to see them on this list.
Yeah, Arizona's a disaster. You're not wrong. And here's the thing. Moving on from Kyler Murray may not be the worst thing for the Arizona Cardinals. And when I say moving on, I'm not talking about in the offseason. I'm talking about right now. Just commit to Jacoby Brissett being the starting quarterback. Take Kyler Murray off the board. Move him in the offseason. I know it sounds crazy.
No, you know what that sounds like?
It sounds extreme.
A hot mess.
I think that's where they're at. Because, I mean, when you look at what they're paying Kyler Murray, there's no way that they're going to get the return on that investment. Not now and not moving forward.
Agreed.
So why would you commit to paying them a dime more than what you already have to this season?
Totally agree. All right, number 4.
Number 4.
The Tennessee Titans fired their head coach a couple weeks ago, Brian Callahan. They say, we're going to have a simplified offense. And Cam Ward did that early on against New England. He hit tight ends, running backs out of the backfield, but they got destroyed by New England. And normally you see the interim coach bump. Teams after, over the last, 38 games going into this one, 17 and 21. 17 wins, 21 losses over the last 38 games in terms of the interim coach bump. But in terms of covering the spread, I guarantee it was a lot better than that. They got destroyed. Also, there was a little thing that happened this week with Tennessee that you may not have noticed. Has anyone ever said a bad word about Tyler Lockett in his life? Tyler Lockett is this great character wide receiver.
And they released him?
He asked to be released. He's like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't even believe he's on a team. He was supposed to be the veteran leadership guy coming over from Seattle this offseason.
I can't save it, coach.
Please, let me out of here. And they're like, you know what? You're right. This is awful. We can't do this to you. You've had this really good, you're not a Hall of Famer, but you've had this really good career. Everyone likes you. You're right. We shouldn't subject you to this. And sorry, Kevin Clark, our teammate, who University of Miami guy, said that, I could see Cam Ward having the best rookie season in God knows how long. What? Cam Ward is not the best rookie quarterback right now in the NFL. Jackson Dart is. The Tennessee Titans, and he threw the ball backwards. We're showing it on the TV side this week against New England. Tennessee Titans, number 4 on my list.
Yeah, and Jeffrey Simmons being out with a hamstring injury now moving forward, I don't see how they pull out of this nosedive. It's getting bad in Tennessee. I can't believe before the season we all talked about the teams that were in last place that could potentially win the division this year.
Smaldy.
Guilty.
Man, they are so far away from that.
I just really believed in Cam Ward and his skill set.
Yeah.
Should have really thought about the rest of the team.
I'm just sitting here thinking about it. For as bad as the New York Jets are, and I realize the Jets are winless, they're not as bad as the Tennessee Titans. They're
You
not.
think?
No, they're not. They're not. The Tennessee Titans, when they play, they set football back. Literally, they throw the football back.
And the Jets don't?
Nah,
They
not
don't throw
that
the
bad.
football.
They don't throw the football backwards.
They just don't throw. You can't throw it backwards if you don't throw. I mean, I hate doing this because I like Cam Ward. Cam Ward's mentality is the one that you want of your son. Hardworking, calling himself out. Like, he's got that. Like, we like Cam Ward.
Accountable, yeah.
Do you realize he is one interception away from equaling Caleb Williams from all of last year? And we were very critical of Caleb Williams. And by the way, I mean, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions for Caleb last year.
Caleb also walked into a much better situation.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what did you think the Titans were going to do this year?
Yes. I thought that they were going to be better, but that does not negate the fact that Caleb Williams walked into a situation with way more talent than Cam Ward.
No, you know what we realized, Smalls? They walked into the same situation. They both fired their coach mid-season. They both didn't have the talent around them that we thought they would. They both are going to need a new coach.
Tennessee was worse, personnel-wise.
Okay.
Way worse
Okay,
than the
but
Bears.
with Cam Ward, I don't want to critique him.
But you are.
But I have to ask the question is, when are we going to give him the Caleb Williams treatment? That's all I'm asking. And I don't think we should have given Caleb Williams the Caleb Williams
Well,
treatment.
he's in Tennessee, and Caleb Williams is in Chicago, so there's that. Different level of scrutiny based on the media coverage.
All right, number 3, hot mess rankings.
Number 3.
The Las Vegas Raiders. A bad omission by me last week not having them in there, but I'm glad they gave me some ammo to include them this week. There are 3 things. It can't, again, being bad record-wise is not qualifications for the hot mess list. I will continue to say there is nothing currently about the New Orleans Saints that would put them on a hot mess list. They just don't have a good record. Here's the Raiders, threefold. Number 1, they got shut out. And unbeknownst to me, Smalls and CeCe brought this up, Andy Reid has never shut out a team somehow. Well, now you got another thing on the resume for Andy Reid, the first ballot future Hall of Famer. Number 2, NFL media reported last night that the Raiders met with Maxx Crosby telling him they will not trade him this year. Why? Why will you not entertain a trade for him? If the Dallas Cowboys call you and say, we'll give you one of the Packers picks, if the Indianapolis Colts call you and say, we'll give you our first rounder, we want Crosby on it. Why? Because he's friends with the owner?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, that actually solved it. Okay, and the third thing, did you happen to notice what Jacoby Meyers said yesterday, their wide receiver? The media asked him, you had a trade man in the offseason. Does that still exist? You still want to be traded? He goes, yeah, but I'll be a professional. Like in the NBA.
Ain't nothing changed.
In the NBA, you get actually fined for that. You're not allowed to make, even though we have it all the time, you can't publicly make a trade request. He's just like, yeah, Jacoby Meyers is a great guy. He's not going to lie. He's like, yeah, I want to be traded. There's 7 games into the season, and he's saying that he wants to be traded. Raiders, number 3 on my hot mess list.
You usually don't hear about professional athletes trying to get out of Vegas. They usually want to be in Vegas. So the fact that Jacoby Meyers is like, yo, ain't nothing changed with this trade request. Let me get up out of here.
I'm confirming
It shows
While not playing
it
'cause of
shows
injury.
you how bad this thing is, man. It's awful. I am floored that Pete Carroll could oversee a program that is so bad. It completely reframes what we saw from the previous coaches with the Las Vegas Raiders. That organization is a disaster, and it starts at the top with ownership. Anytime you have this level of dysfunction across several head coaches, you gotta blame the owner.
Tom Brady?
Well, yeah, you gotta blame Tom Brady, but I mean, I was.
That's what you were mouthing at me, really?
I was gonna talk
You were
about
mouthing something. I didn't know
I
what.
was talking about the guy with the other guy with the haircut.
Mark Davis?
Yeah.
But let's not absolve Tom Brady, right, Ev? He's part of the
Number 2 on the
ownership.
hot mess rankings. We can
Number 2.
All right, hot mess rankings here. Arizona 5, Tennessee 4, Vegas 3. Number 2, the Jets. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
Has to be.
It's the hot mess rankings have become the AFC East Invitational. Is basically what it is. The New York Jets yesterday had the owner of the team calling out the previous starting quarterback of the team, defending the head coach who picked that starting quarterback, who has been a disaster undoubtedly. But now I don't know how you play him again when the boss doesn't want him played ever. You're not going to have a choice because he's the only active quarterback on the roster. They haven't won a game this season. the owner also has something very unique, and I don't think we talk enough about the wardrobe choices of Woody Johnson. You mentioned Mark Davis's haircut. Woody Johnson has mastered the full suit hat.
Oh, yeah, he does
He
love that.
always wears a baseball cap with a full suit. You don't see that a lot. I think you got to bring that up when you're talking about the Jets. But the New York Jets, number 2, hot mess rankings.
Yeah, you're 0-7. Your quarterback is bad. You're probably going to change quarterbacks, and your owner is calling him out publicly. Not great.
Yeah,
There's the office.
I don't think it was the worst thing for Woody Johnson to throw him under the bus. Justin Fields being in support of his head coach, Aaron Glenn. I struggle to see how you back Aaron Glenn and how you shift the conversation without throwing Justin Fields under the bus. I don't know that Woody Johnson could have done that.
Well, he did do that yesterday.
No, I'm just saying I don't know that he could have done that without throwing.
But
Justin
you're not
Fields
arguing the
under bus.
concept of them being on the list.
Yeah. I mean, they're one of the worst teams in football.
Yeah,
So,
and they
yeah.
don't have a quarterback by their own
They
admission.
can't throw the ball.
Yeah, by their own admission.
They can't throw the ball.
But they don't throw it backwards. All right, number
that's true.
1 on the hot mess list.
Number 1.
It's pretty obvious. The Miami Dolphins. When you have your head coach that's on the hot seat that doesn't get fired, you have your starting quarterback who's called out his team, who everyone thinks should get benched, not getting benched, and then you have your head coach coming out and saying that Tua is still going to be the starter as long as he doesn't throw 10 interceptions in a game, that tells you all you need to know. Miami Dolphins, number 1 hot mess list. So we have Dolphins 1, Jets 2, Raiders 3, Titans 4, Arizona Cardinals 5. And the head coach, everybody's doing on the internet the FBI sketches of the Mike McDaniel look. That it looks like he's like an FBI sketch. Like they're searching for Mike McDaniel.
Like he's a suspect?
Yes.
Yeah.
The suspect look. Thank you. That's a better way of saying it.
He does kind of look like a
It fits
suspect.
the description.
That's what they're saying. Like they're doing
The
the
suspect
sketches.
is in a black hoodie with big aviator sunglasses.
And one hair coming down off of his head.
Yeah, he really does have the John Travolta grease hair going on there.
I mean, was he? Well, no, we know what he was doing on Sunday. I was going to say he looks like he could have been the mastermind for the jewel thief heist at the Louvre.
At the Louvre.
He could have dialed up those X's and O's too. What are you doing? Game planning for the Cleveland Browns? Nah, we got this robbery.
We got a heist going
We got
on
this $100 million
Paris.
robbery we gonna pull off.
Unfortunately, they wouldn't have been able to execute.
Wow.
But
wow. Here's the thing. Hot mess rankings. I like the rankings. I think you got the teams right. I would just slide the Jets number 3. I would move the Raiders up to number 2.
Raiders gave me a lot of ammo this week, I will say.
Raiders are bad.
But we disagree on the Jets presser yesterday. Smallest quick reaction on this. We're going to get more coming up, but
I thought that you might have the Ravens or the Texans in the mix.
yeah. Texans, here's the thing. Texans still have the coach and the quarterback I'd want if I'm them. So it's hard for me to get to that place of putting them on a hot mess. They've had a bad season. I don't know what the messiness is yet, but they may have that.
The Ravens are making a case, though.
Yeah,
They really are.
They are.
When you got to go down and pulling the ping pong tables
Come on,
and the
man.
basketball hoops and the cornhole out of the locker room, that's an issue.
And Lamar's not practicing.
That screams micromanage.
Yep.
That screams panic to me.
It screams we're in trouble.
Yeah.
888-SAY-ESPN, telephone number to join the show, Dr. Pepper call-in line. We're going to get your phone calls in coming up. Biggest hot mess in the NFL right now is after CeCe has this from 5 Hour.
Come on.